Willis, you guys familiar? Pulp Fiction? Yeah, give it Bruce Willis, give him one, right? He's never got claps, ever. Ever. You know, he's in every single action movie ever, too, which is cool, which is exciting. And he's the most famous alumni, even though he didn't even graduate from Montclair State. He only went there for a semester, but he's still considered our most famous alumni, which is absurd to me. You know, because the dude goes to Montclair State for a semester, drops out, goes to California, becomes this big Hollywood movie star. You know, it really makes me feel good about the degree I'm about to pay for the rest of my life. Really solidifies that. You know what I mean? And because hey, if he can do it, if he can go to Montclair State for a semester, drop out, and become super successful, so can you. You go for 4 years, graduate, and spend the rest of your life paying off your student loan debt. You know, different paths, but we're both getting the final destination. I think we're both getting it. I'm the type of guy that drinks coconut water and eats sushi, even though my status from a socioeconomic standpoint doesn't really justify doing that. You know, and as a broke 22-year-old sushi addict, I have to get resourceful, and that's how I became addicted to heroin. I'm kidding. I'm a comedian. Tell jokes and do heroin. No, I'm kidding. It's all good fun, right? Heroin's fun, isn't it? No. It's terrible. Don't do it. I don't care what you read. It's not for you. But so what I try to do to justify my sushi eating is by only eating it at all-you-can-eat sushi places, where you pay a flat fee, like $20, and then you can eat as much as you want, compared to regular sushi places where, you know, you pay $8 to $10 for a roll, and to fill up, it's pretty expensive. And I don't know if you guys know about entry-level stand-up comedian salaries. Not great. You know, not ideal. Not ideal. And yeah, so the way I try to justify it is by eating at all-you-can-eat places. And there's a place in Little Falls, New Jersey, where I live currently, off campus from Montclair State, and I go there all the time. It's called Sushi Village in Little Falls. And I take way too many dates there. Way too many. To the point where, like, because, hey, girls love sushi, they do. I love sushi, and I love good value. And that's where it really comes together. That's where it's, but it gets bad because, thanks, a little late, but that's great. No, I'll just keep running around. We'll work with each other. We'll be good. We'll be fine. And but yeah, it gets to the point where I take so many dates there that the waitresses always threaten to tell the current date about the previous ones if I don't tip 20% or higher. And hey, I used to work in the service industry. I used to wait tables, so I always tip 20%. It's always good to have that like lingering over your head. You know what I mean? But and it's always interesting to find. You always wonder, hey, how do these sushi places fit in business? All you can eat. But guys like me come in, they can eat 50, 300, 1,000 million pieces of sushi in one sitting, and you only pay $20. How do they stay in business? Right? I know. How do they do it? And I cracked the code actually, and it's subliminal messaging. This is how they do it. And I cracked the code at Sushi Village, my favorite place. And I actually wasn't with a girl, ironically, I was with the boys. And that's probably why I noticed it, because I was much more embracing the atmosphere, soaking it in, opposed to worried about how much eye contact I'm giving the girl. Because you don't want to get too much too little, so you're like looking at her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Away. There you go. Just like away. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Come back. Telling a joke. Smile. How are you? Okay. Waitress. How are you? Okay. Take a sip of water. She told a bad joke, but I'll laugh anyway because you're cute. It's okay. I gotta stop going on bumble dates. This is terrible. I'm not enjoying this. The sushi coming out. That's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, I was with the boys, and compared to that with the girl, it's funny because you know you don't have to worry about the eye contact, and also. Where the hell was I going with that? Talking about eye contact, sushi, terrible. Give me a second, guys. I got it in my head right there. And oh yeah, the way I cracked the code on how sushi places stay in business is I noticed halfway through the meal I was kind of losing my appetite. I wasn't eating as much as I usually do, probably because they were showing VetMD on TV, giant TV in the restaurant, which is a cool show. Sure, who doesn't love animals, right? You know what I mean? I'm not against Animal Planet. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'll watch it. It's entertaining. But maybe not when I'm eating like an Alaskan roll, trying to get it down. You know what I mean? I look over to the TV and they're doing open heart surgery on a cat. Dipping my wasabi, you know, get a little soy sauce, come back up, and then pulling out a dog's teeth with pliers. I'm like, oh, this is not helping it get down. That is terrible. And you know, it's a little gray area, you know what I mean? Because they're not really breaking any health codes, but they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? The people who run that restaurant are like, subliminally, we're going to do this. And that's how they did it. And that's when I realized the Japanese are the smartest business people on the planet. And also that heroin takes 30,000 lives every single year. It's true. It is true. It's terrible. It's terrible. Any of you guys watch TV? That's crazy. I'm the only one? That's crazy. I know. Thank you. Woo for TV. They don't get enough woos. They really, TV should get the most woos out of anything. But I was watching TV recently, and a commercial came on for Viagra. Any of you guys out there familiar with Viagra? See, I thought it's smart, guys. I thought I might get you on that one, but it seems like it might be a little stale today. But it's fine. It's fine. But I was watching a commercial about Viagra, and it was interesting because the commercial starts, it's a cougar-type sexy older woman, sprawled down in a hotel room bed, got luggage in front of her. She looks at the camera and goes, I overpack. But my guy always knows what to bring. Viagra single packs for ED. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, whoa, slow down. How are we marketing this product with using somebody that in no way is actually using it? Sure, she's involved, whatever. But it's not for her, you know what I mean? And other companies did a similar type thing. Here's one I just thought of off the top of my head. Celebrity endorsed too, it's pretty cool. Hi, Christopher Walken with Tampax. I know. Not really what you think about when you think of menstruation. Sure. But it's a good product, strong, it's good, she'll love it. It's good. How is that any less outrageous than the cougar woman? You try to convince me and we'll have a conversation. I'm just saying, the real Viagra commercial, if you're asking me, will start out like this. Got a middle-aged guy on the couch, Sunday watching the big game, wrinkled giant shirt, ketchup, mustard, buffalo, ranch. Parallelogram saturated fats on his t-shirt, okay? He looks at the camera and goes, all right guys, here's the deal. I haven't done any sort of cardiovascular activity in, let's say, 15, 20 years, yeah? Me and my wife have sex once, maybe 2 times every year, fair? I take this pill so my dick will work. Viagra, single packs, for ED. Boom, there's the commercial. There it is. Dang. Wow, clap! Wow. You guys really like that one. That was Viagra, single packs for ED. Well, good. I recently went on a trip to Vermont, which is a state, if you guys are familiar. It's an interesting state. It's a very liberal state, very progressive, home of Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders, but it's also very farming, very rural. And if I could sidetrack here for a second, can we talk about the word rural a little bit? Whoever named the word rural definitely wasn't from a rural area, because that word absolutely sucks. It's only just 2 sounds. Rural. Urban. That's a normal word. That makes sense. Suburban, yeah, that works with that. Let's just throw the farmers a little Oh, where are you from? Oh, Hackettstown, out in Warren County. Not too far. It's a pretty rural area. Like, what? Did you just have a stroke, sir? No, I'm just from Warren County. Don't worry about it. It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, Vermont. So I went on a trip to Vermont, and it was interesting going there and not seeing absolutely any minorities. That was interesting. So I grew up here in North Jersey, where I'm used to people of different cultures and backgrounds, and I don't even know if I saw one person that was left-handed in Vermont. Everybody just drink their Mai Kai, Phi Kai Psi Omega Latin cappuccinos at their cafe with their right hands unapologetically, just not apologizing for a thing. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I also went to Vermont. Not Vermont. I was at Vermont, Boston too. A good place to go if you're a pale-skinned Irish guy. That's the one place where I really pull. Because here in New Jersey, fair-skinned, I don't do too well. A lot of Italian guys, big muscles, nice tan skin. But Boston, that's where the Irish roam, man. I had no idea. That's where I was meant to be my whole life. Boston, Massachusetts, good for the pale-skinned guy. Absolutely. Any of you guys ever go through a dry spell? Sexually? I know, I'm asking you guys to really open up to me, but I feel like I am too. I went through a terrible dry spell the summer after my freshman year of college. It was my first year living out, away from my parents, so then it's great. You're in college, living on your own, you can spend time with girls. When you come back, I was living with my parents, working at the local pool, just frustrated, sitting in the chair, not even helping the kids, because the kid's drowning, but I haven't had sex in like 2 weeks, so I'm sorry. This kid's had a problem, but can we talk about me? Who made me a fucking lifeguard? I can barely swim. And I'm here trying to save kids. Terrible. But, so I went that whole summer, and it was terrible, because I'm the kind of guy that carries my condoms in my wallet. And they say you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't carry a condom in your wallet, but it's either I don't bring a condom or I carry it in my wallet. It's one or the other, so you get to pick, you know what I mean? But, so I do that, and so the whole summer, anytime I pay for something, it's just a little reminder of how I haven't gotten laid. She's like, oh, I'm like 7-Eleven buying a Slurpee, take it out. And the condom's like, hey man, you haven't done a lot lately, have you? Working at the pool, sitting around. Think I'd like to get some action? I would. And I'm having this conversation with my wall, and the cashier's just totally confused, totally bizarre. I'm so strange, so strange. But then, saving grace, I started getting to acting, which led me to comedy now. But when I first started getting to acting, I was in an off-Broadway show in the city. I know, please don't clap, it's not worth it. I didn't even want you guys to. Because off-Broadway is like minor league baseball of New York theater with even less money or enthusiasm. Like, I think this stage, the whole room was the size of this stage, I think. So the acting was here. But it was great. You know, my mom thought it was the coolest thing ever. I got 100 likes on my Facebook post when I announced I got the part. People thought I was in like Aladdin or like some real show, but it was like the hysterical history of Troy and the Trojan War in a room. But it was sick. It was sick. But the best part of it was it led me to break my dry spell, at least I thought. So I'm the young guy in the show. I was 19 at the time. I was a young gun, and the female lead in the show, she was about 27, 28. And I started getting vibes that she might have been interested in me. Maybe when every time I was backstage, she was licking her lips at me. I'm sitting here, I'm trying to run the lines. Please, Sabrina, come on, be professional. Save it for later. But then, which was awesome, I loved the attention. And so she actually invited us out to drinks one time, because she lived in the city. I was commuting in from New Jersey, driving my fucking car, trying to find street parking, which is terrible. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Anyway, so yeah, she invited us out to drinks, which was pretty cool. And so we're doing drinks, whatever, and also I'm 18 at the time, and I just slipped in, which was the shit. They didn't even park me. So I'm drinking underage, going, and then I eventually go back to her apartment, and a bunch of us went back, and there's a bunch of us, and then they sort of filter out. You ever get, you know, when you're with a girl, or you're with a group, but you both know something's gonna happen when people leave, and then the second the last guy leaves, she jumps on me like a panther. It was beautiful. In her little studio apartment, it was the night of my life, let me tell you. Opened up my world, and she was, yeah. No, I wasn't gonna say that. Anyway, I'm really in my head here, aren't I? I'm just having a good time. How are you guys? Doing okay? Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, I'm here, and things start to pick up. You know, she's getting intimate. She's like, "Do you have a condom?" I'm like, "You bet your ass I got one." I go down hot wall on the nightstand. I'll be right back in a jiffy. So I jump out of there, come back, grab the condom, get back in my bed. Okay? She gets on top of me. I go to open it up. Something hits me on the forehead. Hold on. Wasn't me. I know. It wasn't one of those It wasn't that, which was pretty bizarre. But, ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't a condom I was carrying around my wall for 4 months. It was lube, actually. Absolutely terrible. So not only did this, what I thought was a condom, laugh at me for months, it also got the very last laugh with it being lube. So like any gentleman, I asked her to give me head. Like any modern, millennial gentlewoman, she did. It was beautiful. And she's always the one that gave me a blowjob. She was great. I loved her so much. Any of you guys on social media? Of course, yeah. Fuck me. You're right. Yeah, I'm on social media. My generation's pretty good at social media. Better than older generations, I think. I don't think I'm saying anything too far-fetched here when I say that, guys. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. But you guys, older generations are better at other things, you know? You guys are better with your attention spans. You know, I don't know the last time I've seen mine. You know, I'm really quick with that. You guys are really good at that thing where you smack the hula hoop across the courtyard or whatever, you know, with the stick. You know, we're really good at that. I'll give you that. But social media, I think, is us. You know, the difference is like social media literacy. I think my generation really understands where certain things get shared on Facebook and people on older generations might not realize it's like a joke or something like that. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the website The Onion, which is a satirical news source, you know what I mean? And there's nothing better to me than seeing somebody share or comment on a post from The Onion, thinking it's real. You know what I mean? Because we all know Trump really doesn't think Haiti's a shithole. Oh wait, is that one true? Wait, no, seriously, it's not true. See, it's tough. Even it gets me sometimes, you know, it's tough. It's really tough with that. But also, the worst part is, something happened to me when I was freshman or sophomore. I went out to a house party, and I was seeing this girl at the time, and she actually took a photo with me and tagged me on Facebook, which was the first mistake, because I don't know about you guys, but all my family's on Facebook. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot of my family, anything I get tagged in, post anything, gets at least 30 likes from my family, regardless of what it is, even if it deserves it. And this is the literacy I'm talking about. Even though I didn't post the photo myself, because I was tagged in it, all my relatives reacted to the photo as if it was mine. So this poor girl wakes up to like 30 likes from my relatives, a couple comments. She's got my Aunt Marge sending a couple emojis saying, "Is this your girlfriend?" You got my mom commenting a couple emojis that just contradict each other, like a snowflake, smiley face, lightning bolt. And then you got my great Uncle Don out in San Diego that I've seen maybe once or twice in my life commenting, "Happy birthday, Harrison." The photo was taken and posted in March. My birthday is in October. And he's on a website where people's birthdays is like easily accessible information. Like that's pretty much what people use Facebook for now. It's for birthdays, right? And yeah, when's your birthday? Add me on Facebook. We'll talk about it. See? I can always when is it? 10/10. Oh, so you're a Scorpio. Wait, no, you're a Libra. Wait, no. Libra. I'm Libra too. Nice, man. I'm glad we got this.
Thanks, Uncle Bob.
I don't know what the fuck. But we'll talk. We'll talk Zodiac later. I usually don't talk to guys about it. Digress. Okay. Where was I? I was talking about social media, right? A little bit. Oh yeah. So my Uncle Don comments on, "Happy birthday, Harrison." So not only does he not know when my birthday is, he thinks this girl's a prostitute. One, why would I take a photo with a prostitute? Two, why would I let her tag me in a photo if she was a prostitute? And three, why is my Uncle Don commenting on my Facebook shit, man? I've seen him twice in like 8 years, but hey, but bless. Happy birthday, Harrison. Thanks, Uncle Don. Really appreciate it. It's great. But yeah, so that's social media. Are you guys ready for your next comic? Are you excited? Are you excited for the show? Thank you. Our next comic has done many shows in and around New Jersey, New York City. He's a Newark native. He's a Jersey guy. Give a big round of applause for Zach Sharif, ladies.